Hello there, this is DBT, and this is Art of Runes. And alright, let's continue playing some more Asphalt 9, and today I will be driving my 𝐓𝐚𝐤𝐞 P900 in multiplayer to determine how far can it take me? Oh, it's finally time to do this episode. I'm so excited. And of course, this is because this car recently had a car hunt, and oh, you bet that I grinded it until I was able to unlock this car. Not only unlock it, but get it to 5-star, and that is how we're gonna use it in multiplayer in Ghost Season, because that's the season that is running right now. I am somewhat in the middle of this league, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem to get out of there and then see how far into Gold League takes me. So, let's check it out. And if you don't know anything about this car, here's the stats at 5 stars, upgraded as high as I could. Obviously, it doesn't have a single epic. If you're curious, we can have a quick look, but yeah. So this thing needs 8 epics, so hey, hopefully I will be able to get one through the riot, because this car hunt just ended by the time I'm recording this. So there's still a chance for me to get some epics. But alright, so top speed for Class A, it's okay. A little bit fast, but nothing extraordinary. Acceleration, it's good-ish. Okay, I would say. Handling seems good-ish, okay. More like just okay, and nitro seems okay. So overall, this is not gonna be a super strong car, but it doesn't matter. It's beautiful, so I'm gonna drive it. And if you enjoy my content, you know what to do. Hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, because remember, I post every single day, so there's always something to watch around. So, why did I went so hard for... That sounded so bad. Why did I play so hard to... That still sounds so bad. Why did I play so much to unlock this car? Well, because I love the way this thing looks. The Tomaso, I keep on calling it the Tomato just because that's the endearment or the nickname that I gave to the car. But yeah, it's the Tomaso. But I call it the Tomato. So the 𝐓𝐚𝐤𝐞, especially the regular one, which is the... What is it called, the original one? I don't know. The one in Class A. It's a car that it looks very interesting, very fancy. It's very reminiscent of the old racing cars. But overall, it's not a car that calls my attention too much, except for one single thing, that the car is tangentially related to the Apollo Intensa Emozione. And if you know anything about DBT and his relationship with that car, I absolutely adore the look of that car. And to a certain extent, the 𝐓𝐚𝐤𝐞, it's sort of related to the car because it's owned pretty much by the same company, or was owned by the same company, and some of the visual cues were used, whatever. I'm not gonna go into too much detail because the situation with this company, the Tomaso, it's really weird. I don't understand. I thought that they were bankrupt, and then they weren't, and someone was catching up to me right then, but I got a first place. Let's go, baby. Okay, what was I racing against? Yeah. Okay, let me see. Thank you. Yeah, whatever. I want to see this. All right, so, it was a Pininfarina and a Sex and a Sex, E10s and a Sex, E10s and a Nissan Leaf Nismo. Okay. Yeah, that was, yeah, okay. See, I wasn't completely wrong. I was just doing a little bit of research because I did remember vaguely some of the details. So both the Apollo brand and the Tomaso are owned by Team Venture or Team Ventures. I'm not sure which one it is. But yeah, so they're owned basically by the same company. And you can actually see a little bit of a resemblance between the Tomaso P900, which is the one in Class A, and the Apollo Intensa Emozione in the shape of the headlights, maybe some of the shapes here and there. So I'm not saying that they're directly related, but that's why I said earlier, tangentially related. So anyway, the point is that, yeah, the 𝐓𝐚𝐤𝐞 P900, it's a car that I think it looks interesting, cool, but nothing super interesting to me. However, once I saw that this car existed, that the 𝐓𝐚𝐤𝐞 P900, which is the P900, but racing, oh man, I love it. And of course, it's the same car in terms of looks, except that obviously it has all of the racing features that I love. They added a big wing, canards, splitter, diffuser, all of that neat stuff that makes a race car look like a race car. Yeah, this car has it, and man, I'm so happy. Also, by the fact that it's a Class C car. Now, honestly, if it was a Class A car, if this car, the P900, was a Class A, that would actually bother me. If it was gonna be a special event car and you need a tremendous amount of cars and spend a lot of money or ridiculous amounts of tokens into starting up the support cars in order to be able to just get the key for the car, all of that stuff. So I'm glad that it's just a humble Class C car that I could get by grinding a car hunt, and because of that now I have it at 5 stars and I get to play with it. And also because it's a Class C car also means that I get to refuel it, oh Jesus, really, really quickly. So, well, not really quickly. Quickly is not the word, not the right word, but much quicker than cars of higher classes, so that's pretty good. All right, that's another first place. It was, wow, a lot of NSXs, a couple of Vipers, a Fieri. All right, well, I mean, to be fair, my car definitely, you can even tell just by rank that it's a stronger car than those, so I'm just waiting until I encounter harder competition. And another fun thing that I like about this car is the color options. This is the official livery. This darkish purple with the, what is this, sand-ish color. Looks pretty nice. Looks pretty nice, though I'm not a huge fan of very darkly colored cars. So thankfully, it does have a couple of options. This is the one that I was just driving, red. Though I did paint the wing carbon so that, you know, adds additional contrast. Otherwise, it would be fully red. But yeah, there is that. Also, this one looks fantastic. We have it also in yellow and white. But not only that, of course, you can select your custom colors and paint it however you want. And I really, really like the fact that even if you set up a color, it gets to keep all of this additional accent like this in the canards, the splitters, the louvers, well, the wing because I painted separately, but still, this whole section with the engine cover, all of this stays, so that's fantastic because even if you apply any other color, all of those accents stay, and I love it for it. But all right, let me select another one of the official colors. In fact, let's try with the main one. And by the way, I have a really, really funny joke regarding my score, because my score is not found. Very funny, right? Okay. Ooh, okay, 𝐚𝐤𝐿. This might get interesting. I still see some NSXs. Is that an Arinera, the white one? That could have been an Arinera Husaria, though I'm not 100% sure. There's a Ferrari. There's an Pininfarina H2. Yes, that is an Arinera Husaria. That is a very fast car of class. In fact, I think to this day, it remains to be the straight-up fastest car of all of Classy. Now, granted, not by a ton. There's still another bunch of cars. Oh, Jesus Christ. Another bunch of cars that are very close in top speed, amongst them the Diablo. But still, the Arinera Husaria just gets to keep that crown of the fastest class C car. Now, that's not to say that that is the best car, because obviously it's just with the drift and nitro and all of that stuff, but still, at least in one sense, it keeps the crown. Now, I don't know how I just shot ahead of everybody, but you know what? I'm gonna take it. I will take it. Now, remember that this is kind of how it always works in this series, and how far can it take me, where the first races are going to be relatively easy. Because I will be racing against players that are in the same-ish player rank that I am. And, you know, because I'm starting in low class C in this case, well, in low class C league, I'm going to be fighting against people who aren't necessarily super experienced or hyper-scaled or anything like that, but the more that I make progress, I'm gonna start finding harder and harder opponents in harder and harder cars. So yes, let's enjoy the W's while I can, because at the end of the video, you bet that I'm gonna be like, oh, you know, this was expected, I was gonna get a bunch of L's, it's fine, don't worry too much about it, but in the meantime, first place, back. Alright, so I'm curious what happened with that Arinera, because it definitely, in this track, it definitely had a lot of opportunity. But no, you know what, never mind. It's not upgraded. This is very lowly ranked, so no, that doesn't count. Never mind. But alright, Pininfarina, NSXs, and an F12 TDF. Wait a second, isn't that already a Class B car? Huh. Now listen, I don't want to be too nitpicky, but this is what happens when you're just waiting for a race to start. You look at this artwork of the car, right? But it's actually kind of wrong, because look at the canard over here, and also the splitter. It's the same color as the body. I think this is also the same color, the side skirt. But if you look at the actual car, this is actually black along with all of this stuff. So it doesn't quite match. I'm just saying, look at this in a higher. Yeah, look, you see? You see what I'm saying about the color? It's wrong. Did I mention that I'm already in Gold League? Yeah, that means I'm starting to fight more Class B cars and higher rank. So yeah, this is where things are gonna get very difficult. Now, we're in a very twisted track, and I see at the very least one Corvette Grand Sport, so... Ooh, and the Hurricane is also there, okay. So yeah, this one I'm gonna start losing races, but it's fine. One thing that is kind of fine, but it isn't, it still annoys me to no end, but at the end of the day, that paid off over here. Like I mentioned earlier, the fact that this car is Class E makes me happy, because I was able to unlock it and none of that stuff. But the part where I'm gonna complain is how 𝐓𝐚𝐤 loves to make racing cars of road cars, or rather more race-oriented race or track-oriented cars versions of the... Oh my god, I cannot talk. You know how there's a road car of this, right? The P900. Well, this is the more racing version of the car. It does all of the aero and whatnot. For some reason, Game of loves to make the race cars to be worse, much worse. And I kind of can't see where they're coming from, because in general, a racing version of a road car is gonna be a slower car. But does that make it a worse car? Absolutely not. But I'll save that for the next race, because for now, you know what? A third place? It's not too bad. I'm willing to say that the 𝐓𝐚𝐤𝐿 beat me, probably the Corvette as well, but let's see. Yeah, 𝐓𝐚𝐤𝐿 and the Corvette. I did beat an Invencible. Wow, that's kind of surprising. Vantage GT12, which is also very strong, although not fully upgraded. Grand Sport, Mira Concept Classy, and a Husaria, also classy. All right, well, oh, you know what? I think I run out of fuel. 5 adverts later. Yep. I needed to watch 5 advertisements, and that was enough to refuel my car, so that's kind of nice. I mean, compared to something like Class A that you're probably gonna need to watch like 10 ads, if not more, yeah, this is not too bad. And I also changed the color again to this very nice blue, because I really like this tone. But here's where my game is gonna lag, and this is why I cannot wait for Asphalt Unite to be a thing. Oh wow, it didn't lag as hard this time. Cool. But, oh, look at that. Did you see all that lag as I made the jump? Yeah, this is so unbelievably obnoxious. I've talked about it, it's fine. But yeah, I was saying in the previous race how, for some reason, Game of loves to make the racing version of cars just worse cars. And like I was saying, racing cars do tend to be slower, because obviously all of the aero work or aero parts in the body makes it slower on a straight line. But what it does is gives them much better handling, much better cornering, and I suppose in the sense of this game, it should also give them much better drift. So a racing car should not just be straight up a worse car, it should be just a different focus type of car. And unfortunately, that is what 𝐓𝐚𝐿 doesn't do in this game. Well, for some cars they do. Like one very good example of that was the difference between the 4GT, the regular 4GT versus, oh Jesus Christ, the 4GT Mark II. Oh no, don't ring out. Oh, I hate that jump so very much. The 4GT versus the 4GT Mark II. 4GT being ridiculously fast but very sluggish to drive, and then you have the 4GT Mark II, which is very slow, but man, does that thing drift and much better acceleration and all of that stuff. So yeah, it's a weird thing. All right, so Lamborghini Invincible and 2 Grand Sport beat me, but I did beat a Panamera, Grand Sport 𝐓𝐚𝐿, and an NSX. All right, you know what? Mid result, but still somewhat good. And by the way, I know that I promised that I was gonna be doing how far can it take me episodes on the car for the current car hunt, and I did for the Donkerboard, but then of course I couldn't do this one in time with the Tomato P900 because I didn't have it. I was too busy unlocking it. So I'm doing this a little bit late, but here we are. And I'm not doing the current car hunt as I am recording this. The current car hunt is for the current car hunt. Jesus, I cannot talk today. For the McLaren Senna GTR, a Class A car. And that is actually one that I would love to do, but much like with the Tomato, it's a car that I'm currently working on to, well, not unlock, I already have it. But what I'm trying to do is obviously to get it to the maximum amount of stars so that I can test it in its best possible, or in the best possible state that I can have it at. Considering that I probably won't be using any epics, but hey, whatever. So yes, that is why I didn't do a video on that, but don't worry, I will also make a video on it. It also has to do, depends on what happens with the upcoming car hunts and whatnot, but no worries, we'll have, Jesus, I didn't want to bounce on that wall so hard. We'll definitely have an opportunity to do all of that, so fear not. I will be doing a test of that car once I have it and I have finished upgrading it. Because that is another problem, the credits and all of that stuff, it's fine. All right, so 4th place. Let the record show that was a celebratory 360. I know that I can't knock down anybody, all right? Before someone tells me, oh, DVT was trying to knock someone. No, I wasn't. Defeated by 2 Grand Sport and a 𝐓𝐚𝐿 Evo, surprise, surprise. But I did beat the Invencible, an SX 177, and an Asterion. Hey, still a good result, I would say. Now, if you want to get a heart and a pin in this video, you need to leave me the key phrase in the comments, which for today is going to be, in 𝐓𝐿's mind, the racing version of a road car instantly makes it a worse car. First person to post it gets the heart, the pin, and anyone else that posted afterwards only gets a heart. So yeah, I'm kind of returning this again. Sorry if it takes me a little bit to reply to the comments and all of that, but I promise I pay attention. You know, it just takes a while. Oh, Jesus Christ. So overall, I never came into acquiring this car with the idea that this was going to be an amazing car. I never thought that it was going to be an amazing car, and I just don't care. Like I mentioned a bunch of times before, I like driving cars that I like, as opposed to only driving cars that are going to give me the best possible results. Now, granted, if I am in the grind mode of, hey, I need to get as many points as possible because I need to rank up for the sake of whatever, because the season is going to end or anything, whatever it is, then yeah, sure, I'm going to be bringing strong cars for the sake of, well, getting my points and whatnot. But most of the time when I'm playing multiplayer over here, it's just to have some fun with the cars that I do have. Because honestly, I think it's a very unhealthy and, what would I say, tricky mindset to have of, hey, I should always be trying to win on every single race. I mean, it's fine, I guess, for the competitive spirit, but that is what 𝐓𝐚𝐤 is counting upon, for you to be wanting to spend money into buying the best car, the next best car possible every single time. I honestly think there's a lot to be enjoyed in this game by playing, not the most amazing cars, but you know, something fun. Alright, got defeated by Porsche 911 GT3 RS, Aston Martin Vantage GT12. Wait a second. Oh yes, of course, that is the one right next to the Corvette. For a moment I got confused which Vantage is this, but yeah, there's a Corvette, by the way. A Husaria beat me, but I defeated an NSX and 2 Grand Sports. Wow. Alright, you know what? I'm happy about those Grand Sports, or beating them. Whatever. So, why don't you let me know in the comments, what was your experience with the car hunt of this car? Did you go for it? And if you did, how far did you get in that car hunt? Were you able to unlock the car? How many stars were you able to max it? I'm really curious because, well, I want to know how many people were crazy like me to go for a car that was announcedly, not a great car, but hey, just for the sake of collection or because you like it. And if you did go for the car, why did you go for it? Is it the looks? Is it the performance? Is it that you needed a classic car? Or simply because you're a collector? I'm curious about all of that because, hey, it's interesting to know why people go for car hunts that are not for the most amazing cars out there. But hey, I've given you my thoughts on all of that, so I'm just curious to see what you can tell me from your own perspective. I'm sorry if I cannot talk. Again, I should learn to not record videos at nighttime, but all day today I had connection issues, so I had to make sure to record whenever I was able to finally play and all of that. So here I am. It's late, but you know, it's fine. Can I keep a third place by any chance? Maybe? Come on, can I stay ahead of the Corvette? Oh, come on! Last second he overtook me. That must have been pretty much the same time that we finished that, wasn't it? Yeah, not exactly the same time, so a bit unfortunate, but it's fine. At the end of the day, I knew that this car was not gonna take me to Platinum League or anything, but like I said, I just wanted to play with this car because I like how it looks, and you know, that's how I have fun, driving the cars that I like. If you enjoyed this video, you know what to do. Hit the like button, subscribe, and all of that good stuff, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye!